WCCO Chief Political Reporter Pat Kessler is live at the Capitol. Pat, what are the implications when you look at the Senate or the Supreme Court? The term sounds so drastic, but is the nuclear option as nuclear as it sounds?
Well, I think it will be in the future that we are probably going to see more partisan nominees to the U.S. Supreme Court. One of the things this 60-vote rule to end a filibuster did was make Republicans and make Democrats cross the aisle so they could have a little more support. Having said that, a lot of people wonder why you can't just have a majority vote to nominate a candidate for one of these offices like the Supreme Court, 51 votes. So this is a nuclear option. This will continue the dysfunction, the toxic atmosphere in Washington, and it could make it worse. We have seen the politicization of the Supreme Court things. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent in ads on both sides. And we're going to see more of that, I think, in the future. So it's going to get a lot more political, yes.
Pat, the president says that he's going to deliver an ultimatum to the Chinese president about reining in North Korea. Is that today we're expecting to hear more?
Yeah, we are, and that's a very tough situation. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, and the president of China are meeting at Mar-a-Lago. They're going to be talking about this. This is perhaps the most pressing problem with Syria in the world. China has much influence. They control North Korea, basically, and the president is going to say, do something about the firing of these ballistic missiles, or we will have to do something. That is going to be very interesting to see which direction that goes today.
Pat, in the last few minutes, we just learned that House Intel Committee Chief Devin Nunes says he is temporarily stepping aside from the Russia probe.
Yep.
That's
huge news.
Not shocking, right?
Well, it's not surprising, but it is a little shocking, I think. They've been standing behind him, the Republicans, 100%. Now, whenever you hear this in politics, I'm behind that guy 100%. Yeah. Start counting the days when they'll be gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So this is stemming out of his clandestine James Bond-like meeting in the White House to look at information and then delivering it to the president. A lot of people say that the Intelligence Committee investigating Russia ties with the Trump administration has now lost credibility. Well, he stepped aside. He's blaming left-wing groups who have filed complaints against him, ethics complaints. But in fact, this could not continue in this way. Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, just in the last few moments had a press conference in which he said he supports him, but he had become a distraction, and that's probably true. Now you got to figure out where this goes from here. There's so many plates spinning in Washington right now. Hard to know what direction this investigation will now take.
All right, Pat, thank you.
You bet.
Pat's going to be following all of this at the Capitol today. You know where to find him. He'll be right here on Channel 4 at 5 and at 6.